This is the segment we call Sack Up. This is the segment where it can be anything. My family motto is Sack Up. My daughter yesterday called me from Florida. She just ran a half marathon with plantar fasciitis. She has this goal of running a mile every day for an entire year, either an elliptical or running it, either one. She ran 13 and a half miles because, frankly, she had trained for it. Her foot was killing her, but she made it. She calls me yesterday. She says, Dad, you got to get me through this mile. I have to run this mile because it's my goal. I'm obsessed with this goal. This is what we do in Dakich fandom. In Dakichdom, I check every single minute of every single day to see what our numbers are on Outkick. It's insane. It's psychotic. My daughter, I said, look, dude, you just ran 13 and a half miles yesterday. How about you take a day? No, Dad, I got to sack up. I'm like, okay, well, it is a family motto. You know, guys on Twitter think when you block them, well, you're so soft you don't sack up. Shut up. Twitter does define my toughness. Sure it does. Anyway, let me talk who should sack up right now, and I'm looking right at you parents. You frickin' parents are idiots. You frickin' parents need to stop coddling your kids. You frickin' parents need to stop calling your 12-year-old buddy. Hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. No, hey, get over here. Your parents need to stop being friends. I'm so sick of parents. I've had all I can take of parents. Like we're seeing with this kid that's the shooter in Michigan, his parents are being charged. What if we did that with more people? What if we did that with a kid who commits a crime spree at downtown Indianapolis? You find out his dad is neglectful. Or his mom, whoever, doesn't matter. Parents need to be parents. Drives me nuts. Like I'm going to tell you something that'll get all of you to get so mad. My son and his buddy Tyler Dunn, they were told I had a sleepover at Tim Dunn's house. Now, Tim Dunn is a friend of mine, Tyler's dad. They were told not to go outside, so what did they do? They went outside. They got all muddy. It was the middle of the night when they came back in. Their shoes were all muddy. They got mud all over these different carpets. Tim calls me, he goes, hey, you mind if I make your kid clean? I go, clean? Go, hell, make him clean it with a toothbrush. Long story short, I told my son, I go, look, after he cleaned, he goes, hey, Dad, you coming to pick me up? I go, no, you're running home. It's about 2 miles. I said, you got 20 minutes to get home or you're grounded. So here he comes. There's no buddy. There's no, oh, buddy, hi, buddy, when he's 20 years old. Stop it. Not your buddy. Teach. Explain. Discipline. Don't sit there at a game yelling, screaming, bitching, whining, moaning. Because you know your kid's going to be? A bitcher, screamer, whiner, moaner. Stop. I had some jackass professor say to me, I forget what the context was, well, if that's true, then it's your only life achievement. No, it's not. I raised 2 great kids, neither of whom is a pain-in-the-ass cancel culture frickin' left-wing crazy-ass professor. Are you out of your mind? Man, I got a hell of an example. My first game, Andrew, my son, played at Zionsville High School. I'm sitting there, he's a freshman, he's on the end of the bench. And I was a bad call. I'm watching the varsity game. He played in the JV game, got pulled up to the varsity, but he's not going to play. I'm just sitting there watching. It's great. About 2 minutes into the game, call is made. A dad sitting over to my right stands up. He's a prominent attorney. In his suit, starts yelling at the ref. I looked at him and I thought to myself, well, I'll be damned. What a jackass that guy looks at. Like, I don't care. I'm never doing that. You look like a jackass. Well, I don't care. I'm straightening that coach out. You're not straightening anybody out. Parents, teach your kids. Discipline your kids. Be there for your kids. Don't be a buddy to your kids. I saw that stuff with that Michigan family. You know, the kid kills 4 people in the high school. The parents are being charged, and I thought, good. Charge those frickin' parents. Charge every parent whose kid goes out and commits a crime. The saddest thing that I got out of doing 10 years of basketball at ESPN is the stories from the kids about how bad their parents were. The terrible stories that these kids that ended up playing in the Big Ten or the AC had to overcome because of neglectful frickin' parents. It doesn't take a man, this is the saying, right? Hell, any guy with a you-know-what can go have a baby. I mean, we're not farm animals here, just going around sticking that thing wherever you want. How about being a frickin' parent? How about having some responsibility of your own? Drives me nuts. And I'm sure I got no listeners of this. I'm sure there'll be somebody calling me an ist or some professor bitching, whining, and moaning. But holy cow. You guys are out of your minds. Be a frickin' parent. Have some frickin' sack. Drive you nuts. All right. Dakich kicked the living hell out of it yesterday. I took the Colts -10 over the Texans. Now, here's who I am. I make fun of myself. I make fun of myself when I lose. I DoorDash when I lose. I tell national publications that don't like me that I'm DoorDashing. So then it becomes a big joke, right? Okay, it's a big joke. That's fine. I'll tell you when I lose. But I've made a commitment. I've made a commitment, and it starts today, that I'm going to make us all a ton of money. I'm going to research everything. Actually, it started 2 days ago. Here's what I won last night. Colts -10 over the Texans was the easiest money in the history of easy money. I'm just telling you. Easy money. Dolphins -6 over the Giants was more, it was one of those deals where I thought the Giants down 11 were going to go down the field, score, and I was going to get screwed. North Carolina -3.5 over Georgia Tech. These are the ones that I won. It was tied at half. And if you don't believe me, I gave all these to a friend of mine. You know him as the Todd Father, Todd Frazier. North Carolina -3.5 over Georgia Tech. And then I took last night Pittsburgh the money line. I'm not sure why. I just felt like Big Ben. I said it on my radio show. Maybe I said it here. I just felt like Big Ben was going to go off. Now, here's the deal with betting. I fell into this trap, and I don't want you to fall into this trap. I bet too much one day on the NCAA tournament. Now, I didn't go broke and try to double down. I started DoorDash, and I paid off my $4,000 debt to my family. Don't go losing your mind. Don't think that you're the smartest guy in the room if you haven't researched it. My brother, who's the smartest guy ever, worth $8 bazillion, just built a 250,000 square foot data center. I don't even know what a data center is in Northwest Indiana, right on the ocean, we call it, Lake Michigan, right there. I mean, 7-year project. Now he's going to get the airport done in Northwest Indiana. Now he's going to get fiber optic. He's the smartest dude ever. He calls me up. He goes, Dan, I got this figured out. I go, what? He goes, gambling. Like every other business, you should research. I go, really? Huh. I'll be dipped in spit. Research. Let me go to the beard. Makes sense. Research. Huh. Okay. Tonight, we're going to, we call it Fade Dakich because what I do is make fun of myself. All right? I make fun of myself because there's a bunch of guys on Twitter that say, hey, look, Dakich, whatever you bet, we're going the opposite. And I can't blame them. It's what we used to do with Mike Ditka. You got to understand, when Mike Ditka used to be on ESPN shows, Mike Ditka, and I'm being literal here, never, ever paid attention to anything. If I read you Mike Ditka's comments on games, you know what you would say? Wow, that's really smart. You know what a guy that actually coached would say? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. He didn't watch nothing. Ditka's full of shit. So you know what we used to do? Bet the opposite of Ditka. We used to win big. Ditka's not on anymore. Ditka gave us a baseline for stupidity. Ditka showed us the way not to be. So we always said on my radio show, Fade Ditka. So I'm giving you Fade Dakich. This is the one I don't like. This is the only one I'm not 100% sure is going to win tonight, and that's New England +3. Like the idiots in Buffalo, right? They think they're smart. Hey, I'm going to get liquored up and jump on a table. Good. Go jump on a table. Hey, I'm going to get liquored up and fight somebody in the stands. Good. Go fight somebody in the stands. Neither of them affect me. They don't affect me even a little bit. So go beat the hell, go have, Sports Center show some idiot jumping off a camper onto a table and everybody goes, yeah, Bills Mafia, yeah. Andrew Schultz is the smartest guy in the world and he's trying to save America. I'm trying to save sports America. Jesus, that's what we're going to show. I digress. The only one I don't like is New England +3. I'm going to bet it because I believe in Bill Belichick, but I think this is going to be tough tonight. I think this environment's going to be really, really tough. And I think Mac Jones is going to he's about due to have a crap game. But I'm going to take the 3 points for the hell of it. That's my for the hell of it bet. New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills over 41. I'm liking this a lot. This one may be a DoorDash bet. This one may be, I bet so much that if I lose, I got to go DoorDashing. And Monday night's a great night to go DoorDashing. In fact, I may be preemptive on this. My radio show in Indy ends at 3. I may DoorDash my way home. Wait till about 5:30, 6 o'clock when people start ordering for Monday Night Football. Go out and make a quick $100. I might do that tonight. But I love this bet. I love it. I love it over 41. See, the beauty of me is I'm not afraid to tell you, put it on tape, and let you rip my ass the next day. That's the only thing beautiful of me. Look at his face. Look at his head. And the body's worse. Josh Allen over 234 yards passing tonight. I got a feeling about Josh Allen tonight. I like Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen has been very bad this year. But there are certain games, and I told you this about Roethlisberger last Thursday. I told you Roethlisberger, reports of his demise are going to be greatly exaggerated. He was going to play well, and he did. See, to me, Josh Allen is one of those guys that, I know they won last week, but he's been knocked down a little bit. And maybe Josh Allen needed to be knocked down to resurface. But I like over 235. I do. I think it's pretty good. Well, he's got to get to 235. I'm not mad at it. So let's recap. New England +3. Man. It's a tough one. I don't want to give points to New England. I don't think the NFL is the same as college football. Like Urban Meyer and the points was a mortal lock. I told you the story of my brother, the smartest man in the world, saying, hey, I'm going to take Wisconsin and give Ohio State 6 in the Big Ten championship game years ago. I said, you're an idiot. Smart as you are, you're an idiot. Urban Meyer and the points. No. I said, all right, can we make a separate bet? You bet that and I bet the other. No, we're in this together. Okay. So I convinced him. Take Urban Meyer and the points. It was 52-0. Wisconsin got their ass kicked by Urban Meyer and the points. You saw it the other day with Saban in the points. I don't think we can go this route with the Patriots. Now, you can give me all the numbers in this game. Mac Jones would be the #1 pick. A lot of people said Josh Allen is the guy. But, man, you're giving Belichick points and his team is on a heater. To recap, over 41. I know both are really good defensively, and I know defense is running the roost, but, man, over 41. That's 6 touchdowns. 6 times 7 is 42. And then Josh Allen over. Here's the deal with Josh Allen. I don't know how you guys feel, but I think water finds its level. I do. I think water finds its level. All right. I got to go to today in college basketball stupidity. Listen to this. When's the last time you heard this? Okay? Washington men's basketball team forfeits game versus UCLA due to COVID. Now, understand, I like it. I like the fact that the Pac-12 put parameters on, look, we want you to get vaccinated. If your team, in this case Washington, has a game canceled because of somebody not being vaccinated, then we got a problem and you are going to forfeit the game. I like that. I have no problem with that. I like putting parameters on things and then enforcing them. That's fine. But the caveat to it is this. the caveat is if you cannot come to a mutually agreed upon date to replay the game. Now, that's the caveat. So what you're telling me, and I'm not sure that I blame UCLA, but UCLA and Washington, they could not come to an agreement on when they were going to play. They couldn't get to an agreement. So what happens is Washington has to forfeit. Now, for UCLA, this counts as a win. This is a win. They have won the game in terms of their conference. Now, for the NCAA tournament, it's considered a no game, which is cool, which is fine. I got no problem with that. But the truth of the matter is, in an era where everybody, and I mean everybody, flies commercial, in an era where UCLA could literally go to John Wayne or LAX, take the bus to the tarmac, get on a flight, end up in Spokane or wherever the hell the University of Washington is, you cannot tell me, that's not Spokane, Seattle, you cannot tell me that they could not have come up with that. Now, Washington and Arizona, it was postponed because Arizona and Washington came to an agreement. So while I am a big Mick Cronin fan, and I do not begrudge Mick Cronin saying, screw you, I also look at it like, hey, play the game. But that, to me, is today in stupidity. Honest to God, I've not seen a game forfeit. Like, we've all seen games canceled, haven't we? We've all seen where it's like, hey, we'll cancel the game. But if I was the coach at UCLA, the worst day of the year are the 30, whatever they are, game days of the regular season. As a coach, game days are hell. I mean, Bear Bryant said it best. All he did, he said, was sit around trying to figure out ways not to lose. That's all I did, watching film, and it just drove me nuts. I hated game day. Like when I became the head coach at Bowling Green, they used to play Saturday nights. I said, no, I'm not playing Saturday nights. I'm playing Saturday at noon. I want this stuff over. Game day's awful. Mick Cronin got a win. Didn't even have to play the game. Good for Mick Cronin. Washington, they told you the rules. Some clown decided I'm not going to get vaccinated. So at the end of the day, he doesn't get vaccinated. At the end of the day, costs his team, forfeit, they lose. It's the dumbest thing that I have seen. It really is. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's the world that we live in. People make choices. Now, what I like about it is that that choice had consequence. And that choice having a consequence, they backed it up. They said, not only are we saying this, but hey, we're actually going to enforce it. It's pretty good. No, it's really, really good. Ladies and gentlemen, as we close the show, one of the things that I like to do is to study something. All right, let me back up a second. This just came across. Josh Allen has 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions in 2 home games versus the New England Patriots. In his career, Josh Allen has 7 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a QBR of 77.4 in his career against the Patriots. This is from my friend, the Cashman. At the Cashman Wins. Follow him, subscribe to him. I'm not getting paid for any of this. It's not a gambling service. He just tells you what he thinks based on analytics. He was on the show. All right. I'm glad the Cashman put this out. I want to go back to gambling real quick. I like this time when I can just rip. They call it going rogue on the show. This is what I said earlier. Josh Allen has not been good against New England. Bill Belichick has made this happen. Make no mistake. Josh Allen, water finds its level. Josh Allen, because of his lack of success against the Patriots, is eventually going to break through against the Patriots, if he's as good as everybody says. So that's why I like Josh Allen with 234 tonight. I like Josh Allen, and I don't even know if that's a big game. I mean, would you think that's a big game? I don't know if that's a big game. But I ain't mad at Josh Allen tonight. Now, it's a bit of a dichotomy. I'm taking the 3.5 point or 3 points, right? but I'm hoping their quarterback has a big game. Well, that means I'm hoping that the Patriots get up 20 at half, and next thing you know, Josh Allen's got to throw the football all over the ice. I'm just saying, whenever a trend is going against a good player, understand that that trend eventually will change. It's like the NBA used to be, right? The NBA used to be you had to knock on the door. The Bulls were knocking on the door against the Pistons for years. Finally, they broke through. The Pacers were always trying to knock on the door through the Bulls. Eventually, they got to the NBA Finals. I mean, it's historical like that. If you do something enough, if you are a golfer, you will understand this. If you have, and you like to play for money, which I do, because it's the only thing that I can be competitive in, if you have enough 6-foot putts for the money, 5-foot putts for the money, you're going to miss a couple. You do something enough, you're going to hit both sides of it enough. Josh Allen has been no good against the Patriots. That's one of the main reasons I'm taking Josh Allen and over 234 as my can't-miss absolute lock, stock, and barrel of the week. And I want to thank all of you for watching us on YouTube. I want to thank all of you for watching us on Outkick. Feel free to tweet at me, at Dan Dakich. I would love to hear what you've got to say to me. Good or bad, I can take the bad. I mean, hell, 2 weekends ago, I was battling like hell against Sparty people. This weekend, I had professors up my you-know-what. Come on. Bring it. At Dan Dakich. And if you want to check this act out where you don't have to really look at me, stream 107.5 The Fan starting at noon. And you can hear my radio show live from Indianapolis. And then you might as well come back here and go to @Outkick 360. I don't know why you wouldn't. What the hell else you got to do? I'm telling you, you'll like Outkick 360. And then you can actually keep it here right now and get Outkick bets with our guy Arky. There's no reason to leave this channel ever. Hey, thanks to everybody. Cashman says 28-mile-an-hour winds tonight as well. Ah, crap. See, that's why you got to go with the Cashman. I stand by what I say, Cashman. I stand by what I say. Jesse and Donnie and Lauren and Stephanie, you guys are awesome. I await my homework tonight. Have a fantastic, I don't like that, Cashman. Have a fantastic afternoon. Have a fantastic week. Tell your friends. Keep it here. Dakich out.